bitch. We in the building. We in the building. We in the building. We in the building, bitch. We in the building. Finally, RZeroB and PTA and the old school Giants jerseys have come back to BGN, which means that finally the two most electrifying and handsome sons of bitches on YouTube have come back to Giants Talk. Now we have a guest. He doesn't really matter. We're not going to talk about him.
Yeah, he's here too. He's here too. Yeah, he's here too.
You know what I'm saying? It don't really matter.
Yeah, no.
But in today's show, y'all, it's just gonna be a kind of a freestyle show. We're gonna talk about the news, of the Giants. We're not gonna talk Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
We're not gonna talk about. But what we could talk about, we're gonna talk about. I think it's exciting. Jersey's coming back. I think it's dope.
That's
2
great.
games. I'm hoping that they bring it back all year. I loved the trailer. LT is a funny dude, bro. That's why my man's right here rocking the LT jersey.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
Stop playing with me. It's my favorite Giant right here, baby.
No, baby, but something feels different this year. New coach.
Nah, I'm not with you on this ride, sir. Sir, I am not with you on this ride. But I do like the jerseys. I do like the jerseys.
When I say something feels different, I mean something feels different in a good way going forward. I think I like the aura of what's going on and what we've got, and I'm excited to see what we're able to do. You know what I mean? I'm excited to see it. How are you feeling, PTA? What's going on there, though, baby?
Listen, man. Okay, first and foremost, before I say anything at all, I just like to give a shout out to my guy, Afghanistan, baby. Oh yeah, is in the building, Miss Bird Gang. Hi, Miss Bird Gang. She's in the building. Hi, sis. Blue Eyes is in the building. What's going on? Hey, listen, I'm doing fantastic. But yeah, I can't say that I'm like I can't. Hope. What's going on, Chris? Blue, sit here, Pop Sports in the building. And Kush is here too, dog. Kush and
what up, y'all? How y'all doing, man?
And Kush is here too. My camera is doing some really goofy shit, and I don't know why, but whatever. All right, so oh man, and then we got some Eagles people. Is that EDP? Is I don't want to click on Texas Eagle because that might be EDP. That profile picture might be EDP. I just put it. Listen. Just put it out there.
That username is a conundrum, man.
Texas Eagle. That might be EDP. If it is, I don't really want to listen. I don't really want to give you one of those. I'm going to put it out. I don't want to give you one of those.
We just didn't ignore what Papa Swag said, bro, from Twitch.
Oh, that's Swag. That's Swag. He does that all the time. He's cool. It's cool. He's a big lip baboon. Don't worry about him. We got Shop Rat. What's going on? Shop Rat's in the building. We got all these super ties in the building. Hey, okay, check it out. I am happy today. I am very happy today. The reason why I'm very happy today is because I got a glimpse of my past today. Like I woke up this morning and I went on the Twitters and I saw a video and I got a glimpse of what made me a fan of this team. I got a glimpse of that. And it's I've been clamoring for this for so long. This is one of my favorite hats. Y'all know that I wear this all the time. People are always like, hey, I always notice that hat. I love this hat because I love this logo. I love this jersey. And I'm so happy that it's going to be back. I had to change plans because I wasn't planning on going to any games in December, but now I got to go see us play the Commanders. I was going to probably be one of the tickets that I was going to donate, but now I got to figure out what other game I don't want to go to in this place because I got to see them dressed up like this, man. I got to see it. I have to see it. And I'm so excited to see it. I don't know if I'm excited to see this actual team, y'all. Just we'll put that out there. I don't know if I'm excited to watch this actual team, but I am so excited to see this team in the old school uniforms in real life. Y'all know how long it's been since I have seen. Matter of fact, now that I think about it, I don't know if I've ever seen this logo in this uniform in person. I don't know. I'm trying to think, but I'm not sure if I've ever seen this logo in person. I think I've only seen this logo when on TV when I was a poor kid from Jersey. Like that was the only way I was going to see him. I'm getting ready to go see it in real life. I'm super excited about it. How you feel? I know you're going to talk about this on Young Guns later on, Kush, but how you feel about these jerseys, man?
I love it a lot because, listen, I don't want to get my hopes up. Kind of how you said you're not sure if you're excited to see the team. I'm not sure if I want to be excited with the organization right now because I'm like, yeah, it's been something that we've been asking for a long time, but like, did they actually do this because they heard us? Or was it because I saw Carl Banks tweet out he was pushing for this idea for a while. Yeah. So like was it actually a result of them seeing it? The social media intern could say whatever he wants, asking you shall receive. That was the tweet they revealed it with.
Yeah.
He could say whatever he wants. But like I know Carl Banks been pushing for this for a while now. Carl Banks, old school player, we all know the vibes, Hall of Famer, or if not already, should be Hall of Famer, Ring of Honor, Giants player. He was part of the Crunch Bunch. He's part of that 80s set that these uniforms were made famous for. So, and it's the reason I even bring up the organization is because, I'm still a little burned from just the trash that we received last year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Medium Pepsi and all that.
Yeah.
You know,
like,
that whole, like, listen.
That whole thing. But see, that's why I kind of feel, that's kind of why I feel a little warm and fuzzy because we needed to get back to this.
Mm-hmm.
Like this was, that NY shit is played out, right? Because we got too cute. We won some Super Bowls wearing that NY, and we got all Hollywood and forgot that we from the tri-state. Okay, like we're not Hollywood. We're not Hollywood fans or football teams, or we ain't cut from that cloth. We got to get back to this.
Plus, kind of in addition to that. Because I actually like the NY jerseys. I mean, obviously, right, they're the ones that I grew up with. You grew up with the one that you're wearing right now that we're seeing. And obviously, I love those too. There's a reason every single fan loved the white color rush because it's the away jerseys of those classics 80 team, right? Yep. But with the NY one, even as somebody, like, that's the one I grew up with, that's the one I relate to the most, even I realized, I'm like, it kind of played out its welcome. You know, like, with every sports team, especially with basketball and football, there's kind of eras that goes with a set of jersey. Mm-hmm. That era of the NY is 100% the Eli Manning era. Yep. Should have been gone once Eli was gone. Yeah. And you either get a refresh with a brand new design, or you run it back with something that's a little bit older, modernized. We'll see what happens.
Yes.
Like I said, don't want to get my hopes up organization-wise, but hopefully this is a sign towards there being a new set of uniforms going forward.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. Man, I agree with you so much, man. That like I really feel like the NY is a little bit tarnished, man, because you're right. That is Eli Manning's era, right? And like that kind of made me pause for cause for a second because you're absolutely right. That NY was Eli's era, and when he left, they should have absolutely been like, you know what, we need to change. Because you're right, that era is done. We're tarnishing the legacy of that era because it was good solely because of 2 Super Bowls. We gotta remember it was good because of 2 Super Bowls, not because of consistently great team playing all the time. It was 2 Super Bowls, right?
Plus, I'm like Rob's been quiet. I don't know. He definitely got something to say. I'm gonna let you go after this, bro. Plus, with the NY thing and the 2 Super Bowls, it like I said, is that it's Eli's era, even though it debuted in '98, I think it was, whatever season, late '90s. We all know Eli didn't get here to 04. The reason it's Eli's era is because of those 2 Super Bowls. Because of the fact, and just like the classic 80s ones, is because of those 2 Super Bowls as well. So it's like, that's why, like, listen, personally, and this is going to be unpopular opinion, like, we could roll right past this. Personally, I would have wanted a brand new, completely fresh design, but I don't mind at all them taking a classic one. I still hope they tweak it a little bit, but if it's the same, it's whatever. You needed a change. You needed a refresh, whatever the case it was.
Rob, there was a lot said, and you're not even buttoned in. What's going on?
My bad. I'm getting I got my stream set up here because I'm streaming live on Twitch as well. So I actually got a nice little setup with the cameras with you guys, and they got a nice little desk. You know what I'm saying? You know, an on-air desk, making it look kind of oh yeah, baby. All right. Hey, listen, it's looking fire. I'm not gonna lie, my bad. No, I mean, I'm like I said, you know, earlier with your PTA, off the game, I'm digging it. You know, me personally, I started really watching the Giants probably, wholeheartedly back in like 1998. This was when they beat the Denver Broncos, when the Broncos were like 13-0.
I remember that game. I remember I left my grandmother's house. I walked up the street to my house because it was around the corner, and I was so excited as I was walking because I just watched that happen. I remember that. It was such a big game.
And they were wearing these uniforms. They had the new modern where it was the white with the red number and the blue outline, like the one like we remember Jeremy Shockey being in and Kerry Collins and all that stuff. And it was the newer blue. So I missed, this opportunity. And I get a little bit of a teaser, you know what I'm saying? When they do the whatchamacallit, the Thursday night and they have the color rush, to kind of give me that little bit of a vibe. But I've always liked this, especially with the helmet. I don't like the NG or the NY on there. I like it when it says Giants. I think that's more official. Yes. I like it. I think it's good.
Yes.
For me, it's way, way, way better, and I really, really like it.
Yes. I agree. Yes.
Quick pass. I know you about to say something.
No, go ahead.
I go on like rants on Twitter about this more than you'd expect. What I'm about to bring up, like the topic of minimalism in sports design. I hate it so much. And you guys, I'm sure know what I'm talking about. For the audience that probably doesn't know, it's like when a lot of sports teams, they update their logos and it becomes so simplistic, so corporate looking, and the point of it is minimalism. There's not much going on with it, right?
Yeah.
The reason I don't like it is because of the fact that, well, there's not much going on with it. Where's the excitement and logo? But also, when every single team is doing it, you're seeing it a lot now in the NBA with NBA jerseys, new NBA jerseys. They all look the same. It's like there's no differentiations. It just looks like palette swaps in an old Mortal Kombat game. It's like, what happened to the originality, the creativity in it? Part of that is also with this new minimalism movement in sports. Like I said, I might be going a little off here. Is they, instead of focusing on the sports team, they focus on the city, which goes back to focusing on NY versus focusing on Giants. The branding, they changed the branding identity as well. And so I'm glad that they're going back to focusing on the team, because it's not just that New York area, right? It's like you said earlier, it's more of a tri-state area that the team is for, and then of course for people all over. But going back to focusing on the team rather than the city when it comes to branding is something that I like a lot.
Right. And you know what? Hey, real talk, y'all. Hub just dropped some gems, because that's exactly what's going on. There's a lot of minimalism. And I see minimalism in more than just like logos. My wife just bought a ceiling fan, a whole ass ceiling fan built for a living room, and it's like this big. It's literally like this fucking big.
Does it actually circulate?
And then actually you put that bitch on high, and it's like, you're like, oh shit, how's that making all that air? It's like this fucking big. So I've noticed this minimalism movement as well, and it's not just the logos. So you dropping gems right now. That's a real thing that's really happening. I want this on the helmet. I've always wanted this on the helmet. When they took this off the helmet, I was so sad. I want this on the helmet. I wanted to just say Giants. Okay. I don't, and you can do whatever you want with the uniform. I don't care. You want to do some modern shit, change it up, make it look whatever. I wanted to say Giants on the helmet. That's what I want. Don't worry. I'll make sure that's known at the town hall meeting. That's going to happen at the end of the season because I'll be there.
Yeah,
Because y'all know I'm gonna be at the town hall meeting. I get an invitation now. They have to let me in. They have to let me in.
Paz, tell me that you're going to the home opener though. The
Yeah,
Monday Night Football home.
I'm
opener.
going to be at the home opener, and I'm going to be there the next week for the Giants Cowboys game. I'll be there.
Is Cowboys, isn't it?
No, the home opener is oh my God!
Cowboys Monday Night Football.
No. Home opener is. Why am I brain farting it? Because I was just looking at my tickets. I can't even think of when it is.
Yeah, I'm right. The home opener is the Cowboys Monday Night Football.
You sure?
We play because we're. Oh no, you're right. Panthers.
Panthers.
Home opener. Yeah.
Panthers.
Okay.
Panthers.
Second
Cowboys.
home game is Cowboys. Yeah.
Yes.
So Titans, Panthers, Cowboys. I'm gonna try and go to that Panthers game. I mean, not the Cowboys game.
I'll be at the home opener. I have to be at the Cowboys game because you all know I'm married to a stupid, stinking, nasty, filthy, disgusting Cowboys fan who has taken over half of the fucking basement, right? Because she came up with this idea. She came up with this idea that I thought was dope as shit. I still think it's dope as shit, but now I fucking regret it because half the basement gonna have cowboy shit. We're doing this cool ass house divided theme. It's gonna be dope as fuck. It's gonna be dope as fuck. It's gonna look fucking crazy because it's a sports bar, but there's gonna be cowboy shit in my fucking basement, man. Yeah. So, but listen.
I was gonna I'm trying to try to go to that Cowboys game because I'm gonna try to go to games earlier this year when we're probably gonna be playing for something. I'm tired of going to games later where it's like we're already just there's nothing to play for. I'm playing it safe. Hopefully there is something to play for late in the season, but also I've never been to a Monday Night Football primetime game, and this is our only primetime game this season.
You've never been to one?
I've been
to one.
I've been to a few.
Yeah, I'm like, the atmosphere is probably different.
Funny story. So the first and only NFL game that I was ever at was a long time ago. It was I'm trying to remember the year. It was a Sunday night game, Bucks and Seahawks. This was back when the Seahawks were still wearing like the old school uniforms that were like the dark blue, and so a bunch of me and a couple of my friends who were pre-gaming on the way down there, drinking and driving. Shouldn't be doing that. Don't be doing that. Okay, don't be doing that.
We don't condone that. Don't
we don't condone that here. But so we got there. We didn't have any tickets, so we were scalping tickets. So I was able to go ahead and get tickets, and I was able to get it. And so we go inside, and we're just looking for empty seats, in whatever we can find. So I find 2 seats. So my boys go up to me and they pull the security guard over. Sir, he's in the wrong section. So he's got to check my ticket. Well, my ticket's all the way up in the freaking nosebleeds is where the tickets are at. So the guard comes over. He goes, "Yes, sir. Unfortunately, you are in the wrong spot." He's like, "You're actually in the 3rd row, closer down." So I look back to my friend. I gave him the freaking bird. I walk down there. I go to this guy and about to sit down. He goes, he's like, "You're not a ticket holder." I said, "Yeah." I said, I just got scalped some tickets. He's like, "Don't worry. The guy who sits next to me is a season ticket holder. He ain't coming tonight. You're good." And I was like, "Woo!" I look back at him. I gave him the bird, and they were like,
"Bro, that's security."
Bro, I was in the corner.
Imagine
if
he still works at MetLife.
It was the opposite side of where the ship is. So if the ship is to your back, I was in the right corner, 3rd row up on the right corner.
Yeah, Buck Stadium, right?
Yeah, the Buck Stadium. I can hear everything, and you hear the Sunday night theme and everything like that. I was like, "Yo, this is freaking dope as shit."
I am so excited to go and sit in my seats. I'm so excited. I own those seats. I'm so excited to go sit in my seats.
Well, let's talk about that.
I'm so fucking excited about it. It's going to be great.
Let's talk about that for a little bit, right? We're not. I told Hub. I already told PTA. We ain't talking Daniel Jones. We ain't gonna.
Yeah, you guys.
But that went pretty crazy. The last night.
Yeah.
But let's talk about. the season's coming up. Let's talk about like realistic expectations, because when I look at this with this schedule, and Hub, I don't know if you have it up, but it's a very, very, very light schedule that we have.
You think the schedule is light? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, the schedule is light that we've got. We're only facing two, I think it's like 2 or maybe 4 playoff teams from the year prior. So, I mean, we face the Packers, which were a playoff team, the Titans, which were a playoff team.
Weren't the Vikings a playoff team?
No, they did not make the playoffs.
Okay, so we're saying, it's like 5 playoff teams, I'd say.
I know, it's less.
Okay, Titans, right?
Titans,
Packers.
Eagles were a playoff team, right?
In the division. Well,
Eagles.
I'm talking about that because we would have to play them regardless, whether they were a playoff team or not. I'm talking not in our division.
Okay, then. So then it's
Packers,
only 2. Titans, Ravens.
Ravens didn't make the postseason
Colts.
Last year
Because they didn't have they were injured to the
yeah,
point
but I'm saying
they
didn't make the postseason.
But they're gonna make it. There's no way in the context that we're talking about. We're saying playoff team. We're defining difficult teams, right? The Ravens are gonna be a difficult team to play.
They're gonna be a good team, but I think PTA. I think you and me spoke about this like earlier in the year. I might have done it with Entertainer, but I actually think that could be a winnable game because of our defensive coordinator. He's been there. He was there for many years, so he knows Lamar. He knows his tendencies. He knows what he likes to look for. He went up against him for the last 3 years in practice. Since he was drafted in 2018. So I think we would have an upper hand going in there. I think that he would have the defensive guys ready for Lamar. I really do. I'm not saying it's a for sure win, but I think that would be a good defensive fight. I think there's a chance. I give us a 50-50 shot at winning that game strictly just because of Wink Martindale. But when you look at the schedule, we have a pretty light schedule outside of our, as far as playoff teams, really only 2 playoff teams that we play from the previous season.
Man, I
Let me say this because I got to dip literally 2 minutes to go set up Young Gun. We're going like half hour earlier than usual tonight. My bad, guys.
Nah, no worries.
So
no worries.
So first, to respond to Rob, does it give us a little bit of a shot? Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Having a coach that's basically gone up against the quarterback we're gonna play every single day for 3 years straight. Yeah, it gives us a shot. I'm gonna leave it at that, though. It gives us a shot. The Ravens are, they're a consistently good team in the NFL, right? They're gonna be a hard team to beat. And then in terms of the overall schedule, it's really hard for me to judge if it's a difficult one or if it's an easy one. And I say this every year. I know it's a boring answer, but because we don't know what these teams are going to be this year. Mm-hmm. We just know that some teams like the Ravens are consistently good. You're like, all right, they're going to be good. Some teams like the Packers, you're like, they're always in the playoffs. They still got Aaron Rodgers. Barring bad injuries, they're going to be good. But other than those teams, it's like the rest of them, I have no idea what they're going to look like, right? Like the Eagles could continue on this way up, and they're going to be tough to beat, or they could all of a sudden become easy to beat. Same thing with like the Bears, for example. They could all of a sudden become a tough team to beat out of nowhere, or maybe we have a bad matchup. So I'm gonna just put a range. I believe that this team has the potential to get anywhere between 6 and 9 wins, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
I'm gonna say this. There's a universe that exists where the Giants start the season off 0-3. Just put it out there. There's a universe that exists where the Giants start the season off 0-3.
You meaning like they ain't out of it when they start 0-3?
I don't know if they're in it or out of it, but I'm saying that there's a universe where the Giants lose the first 3 games of the season. There's a universe where that happens. And I don't know if it's this one or not. I've seen 356 million of them. I don't know if this is it or not, okay? But I'm looking at this schedule, and I don't think it's light. I think it could be a fucking disaster. I think that Tennessee could get a win at home. Baker Mayfield's on the Panthers. I know Baker Mayfield.
Bro,
I understand that Baker Mayfield's not like the shit, right? But we're not going to sit here and act like Baker Mayfield can't ball. If the situation dictates, Baker Mayfield can ball. I don't know if he's going to ball at Carolina. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that we've seen Baker ball. We know he's capable of doing it. Okay, so that could happen. Probably won't, but it could. All right, and then these fucking Cowboys. Then we got to deal with these goddamn Cowboys. At least we're at home, right? But we still got to deal with these damn Cowboys. And let's not pretend that the Cowboys are just some fucking bums.
Let's not pretend like we have a good record on primetime either.
Yeah, we're like listen. Don't forget what this. Just because we got some new looking shit that reminiscent of some old looking shit. Don't forget what this team was. All right, don't forget. They have to prove to us that they're capable of winning these games. They have to prove that shit. They haven't done a goddamn thing yet. So don't come at me for saying that there's a universe where it happens. There's a universe where it happens.
I'll say this. I completely agree with you. That's 100% a possibility, but it's also a possibility we start off 2-1. I could see that too.
That could also happen.
It could swing either way.
Were you mean like the one loss being with Tennessee and then we beat Carolina and Dallas?
Or okay, maybe I have a little too much confidence about Carolina, but I feel like we're either losing to Tennessee or Dallas, but we're beating Carolina, if that makes sense.
I think
we destroyed them last year, and I know they had Sam Darnold at quarterback, and I'm with Pest. I think Baker Mayfield disrespect has gotten a little out of hand, but we put that team in a pack last year, man. Like, it wasn't close.
But it's not.
I think we.
No, I know what you're saying. It goes back to what I was saying earlier.
I think week one. I think if we can, I'm not really necessarily worried about Ryan Tannehill. I think if we can, I think we have the bodies to potentially control Derrick Henry up front. I think that.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna be out, guys. Thank you so much for having me on.
Later, brother.
Catch y'all later.
All right now.
I think we have a good bunch. I'm gonna just fix this. Hold on, real quick. I'm just gonna fix you, Pest. Let's see, which one are you right here?
Oh well, you do what you got to do, right? You're over there being a producer of your show, while I'm being a producer of my show, and together we are producing our shows.
Together we're
together. You're a fucking weirdo. All right. Anyway, so this I saw a question. Where'd it go? And I haven't even really heard about this, but I want to get your opinion on this question from Giants Nation.
Okay.
What's your thoughts on people trying to sue the Giants and just to change their name to the New Jersey Giants just because they play in Jersey? I saw this and I thought about it for a split second, and then I threw this fucking question in the garbage. But I decided to come back to the garbage, pick it up, and open it up and read it one more time because I haven't heard about this. I don't know if this is a thing, but if this is a thing, this is a stupid fucking thing. This is stupid if this is a thing. And the people, if there are people that are actually trying to sue football organizations who represent an area, they have to represent a major city, right? So they don't represent the state of New York. They represent New York City because there is only, I think, one team in the NFL that is the name of their state. If I remember, if I'm right, I think that's the Arizona Cardinals. I think that's the only team that is named after the actual state. Everyone else is named after cities. The team's based off of New York City, not New York State, first of all. Secondly, if people are trying to sue, then I want those people to get in a line. I don't care how many people there are. I don't care how long that line is. I want them to get in a single file line, and then I want them to all face to the right. And I'm going to run past them and slap each one in the face as I get past them because it's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. What do you think? What do you think about that, Rob? Did I cover that, or do we need anything else? Cool.
Oh my God. No, for real. I cannot believe that I saw that. And I cannot
It's
believe
real? Is that real?
it is real.
Oh my God.
I believe it is real that there are legitimate people saying that because the Giant, it's actually not just for the Giants, it's for the Giants and the Jets, that they should actually change their names to the New Jersey Jets and the New Jersey Giants because that's where they play. Listen, I have never in my mind been more flabbergasted and laughed so hard. I mean, like that's just crazy to me. Look, when you're talking about, and to be honest, man, I didn't even like the name changes. Like Washington Redskins. Like to me, like you're talking about eliminating, like what, like almost 100 years of history with a name, with all of that. Like this isn't just some type of expansion team. Like to me, like changing cities, changing team names, like to me that's just crazy. Like even with baseball, the Cleveland Indians, like that's always been a thing for however long that they've been a part of the Major League Baseball. And all of a sudden, we're changing team names and we want to change locations. I feel like that's a direct violation of history. Like the New York Giants, the New York Jets. I mean, that's that to me. Like that's history. That you're talking about going back to like the early 70s, 80s.
I'm going to say this because I'm not a Native American, so I can't speak for the Native Americans of America and how they felt about the term Redskin or the term Indians, okay, and the Chief Wahoo and all that, right? I can't speak for that, but here's what I'll say because I like to approach every situation from a standpoint of empathy, right? And I don't know how comfortable I'd feel if a team name was the Cincinnati Darkies. Like I wouldn't feel like I'd feel a kind of way about and the Darkies win again. Like what did you just say? I'd feel some kind of way about that. That's just me. I'm just approaching it from a place of empathy. But that I can't even. I shouldn't even be talking about it because I ain't Native American and it don't affect me. I mean, maybe I am Native American. And I'm sure there's some Native American is going on or something. I don't know, but
somewhere in there.
Yeah,
maybe.
but the fact of the matter is that it's not my that's not my plight to fight. That's their plight to fight. I'll stand over here and support it and go, yeah.
I like the little rhyme you had there, plight to fight.
Yeah, that's their plight to fight. I'm going to sit back here and cheer them on. Go Native Americans. You don't like that name? Fuck them. I don't know. I don't know. Or you like the name? Well, keep the name. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever.
I think it's crazy. I think it's crazy. I do. I think it's just wild, man. Now, one thing that obviously because we didn't have really a lot of major topics went up, but here's a question for you. Like,
it's so dead.
How did you feel about like this off season, right? Because we're about to start training camp here, in a couple of weeks, and it feels like we really didn't have much of a drought, when it comes to football stuff, right? So the Super Bowl was done. A few weeks later, there was free agency, or I'm sorry, it was the combine. A couple of weeks later, then it was free agency, then the draft. Obviously, we have a little bit of a drought now from April, until now. There's a little bit of a drought, but you're talking about a couple of months, June, July, 2 months, and then boom, it's there. I feel like this extra week of football really did good for the off-season part of football and for us, for content creators, for fans, really shortening up the timetable of us having to wait because playoffs would be in December, Super Bowl would be in January or the very beginning of February, and it would be dead. But now we had an extra season in February. We had the playoffs through January, and it was like mid-July, February, where we actually had the Super Bowl. So how were you feeling about like the quick turnaround with the off seasons? You like that or?
I'm going to be completely honest. This summer has been kind of a whirlwind for your boy, so I ain't even really been paying attention. Just being completely honest, I haven't really even been paying attention, and which is weird because I still pay attention, but there's been a lot of stories that I've seen and went whatever. That's not even a story. Why y'all talking about that? Whatever. Like I don't know. I'm in a weird spot as a fan and as a human being right now because I'm just I'm in a place where a lot of things around me has changed. Personal things around me have changed. You know what I'm saying? And so I haven't been paying much attention to how long or short this offseason has felt. It just felt like it's been moving along for me. I'm ready for football, though. I'm ready to get back to football.
So am I, dude. I'm ready. I'm, and I'll be honest. I'm more excited for preseason than normal. I think just because I want to see a little bit of glimpses of what the offense is going to look like, what the defense is going to look like. I want to see a lot of these young guys, that we drafted. I want to see Flott play. I want to see Beeves play. I want to see a lot of these young guys going out there and see what we got. I love I think that's a nice thing about having. I think we have somewhat of a young team. I like seeing that. A young team. Got young guys out there fighting for spots, right? Fighting for that practice squad or that 53-man roster spot. I like the fact that we're young and you got a lot of those young players, but I really just want to see, what we're able to do in the preseason, schemes, even especially with like the backup quarterback. Like I get DJ's probably not going to play that much. Maybe they might play in the majority in like the first game or the last game. But even still, like Jake Fromm came in and ran 2 QB sneaks. You know what I'm saying? Like there really wasn't much of an offensive game plan there. So I'd like to see what they're able to do with the second stringers, what Tyrod Taylor looks like. How is he looking in the offense? What's the third string? Davis Webb, who they brought back, who we drafted a few years ago. I want to see what he's able to do. Like I want to see their momentum. I want to see what they're doing. You know what I mean?
My issue is that I don't even know what to look for right now. Because I have no idea what this coaching staff wants to do. Because they can literally do anything they want. We have no idea what this coaching staff is going to do. And so, I'm excited to just see what this team looks like. I don't really care who's on the field right now. I don't really care which players are there in preseason or not, but I just need to see what this team looks like. We're not going to get none of that in this training camp stuff, right? We're not. So all you fans that are going to go to these training camp events because they open to the public, you're not going to see anything that's going to wow you. They're not going to be doing anything crazy.
Are you going to any of the Giants training camp game?
You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because I just so happened to have my hands on 6 pair of tickets for 6 different training camp events, and I will be giving some of these mofos away. So here's the deal. Y'all have to stay tuned. Make sure you're following Rob and I on the Twitters because I'm going to be announcing how you can get your hands on some of these tickets because I got 12 of them.
Now, okay? Do you get those because you're a season ticket holder?
I get those because I'm Pest the Analyst.
Hey, enough said. Enough said, baby.
I get those because I'm Pest the Analyst. So yeah, I'm gonna be giving those away. I can't go to that many events. I can't drive to Jersey that much, but I do plan on being at 1, maybe 2 of these training camp things. You know what I'm saying? I have my camera out there. We'll do the damn thing and make it look good and all that shit. But we're not going to learn nothing in training camp. We're not going to learn nothing. You're not going to see anything. They're not going to show you nothing. You're not going to see nothing. Don't think you're going to see something at training camp. You will see nothing. Okay? So that's why that's what makes me excited. That's what gets my gears going about this team is because I just want to see what this coaching staff is going to do. I do think, because I have not gone in depth with this roster, with these players, because I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I want to keep my damn mouth shut until I see them play. I've thought of so many times about doing a player breakdown, a roster breakdown like I normally do every year. But for some reason I was just like, I'm going to just keep my mouth shut until I actually see, because I do think there are talented players on this team. I do feel like there is a reason to be excited as a Giants fan. I do understand why there are some people that got their chest poked out a little bit more as a Giants fan. Talk your shit, okay? Talk your shit. But remember, you keep your words soft and sweet, because you might have to eat them later. But talk your shit. Humble pie tastes like shit. Do your thing, okay? But do your thing. I understand why people are feeling great about the Giants right now, right? And I understand.
I mean, it's kind of hard not to. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard not to. I'm caught up in it. I'm not gonna lie, because right now, I've always been very even kill in my fandom. I've always been very even kill. What's the biggest thing standing out for you? Like, what's the biggest thing that's got you reeled in? Like, real talk.
The coaches. You know me. The coaches. I'm like, these some good ass coaches.
What did you think about what Wink Martindale said?
What's his quote?
His quote where he was like, "Oh man, what was it?" Hold on, let me pull it up. I think it's on the Giants' Twitter.
Well, yeah, but it's the coaching staff. Listen, this is not a situation. This is not a situation like our last regime change, okay? This is not that situation. When Joe Judge came here, he talked a lot and he said the right things and he did a lot of the stuff. But with the exception of, a couple of people, he didn't have a whole lot of proven guys at the NFL level. But now we got a coaching staff filled with people that are proven guys at the NFL level. Every facet of this coaching staff. Head coach. He's a proven coach. It's his first time being a head coach, but he's a proven coach. What's up, Otis the GOAT? How you doing? Go Giants. Yeah, Otis is saying go Giants.
Yo, go Giants, brother. Go Giants, baby.
Go Giants. You're not going to be – my mama likes to say you're a Cowboys fan, but you're not. You rock with the Giants. Yeah, you got a very good head coach, right? A very good coach who's going to be our head coach. Let me say that. I don't want to say a good head coach, but he's a good coach who's going to be our head coach. Our special teams coordinator just got finished working with Patrick Mahomes, making him look like a goddamn star, an even bigger star, a mega star. Patrick Mahomes is a mega star because of these coaches. Like, the kid's talented. He got all the tools, and they took that fucking clay, and they molded him into a fucking god. Patrick Mahomes is the truth, and I'm going to enjoy watching him play football. And the motherfucker that helped him become that is now our offensive coordinator. Hell yeah, give me some more. And then we got Wink Martindale, proven defensive coordinator in the NFL, right? This man wanted to be a head coach. He said that to us. Wink Martindale said, it's no secret that I had aspirations of being a head coach. But when I talked to this organization, in that interview for this job, I was so impressed. I was so impressed by the organization and the way they do business here that I decided I would just continue to be a defensive coordinator just so I can come be part of the Giants. Now, obviously, Wink's going to probably be here for a year or two, and then he'll go try to be a head coach. Get it, got it, good. But you got to be successful. So I hope you get to be a head coach, because that means that you came here and you turned this shit around. Good on you. So I feel great about these coaches. We have proven NFL coaches in our rooms teaching our players, and I can't wait to see it. I'm so excited about that.
That's the one thing that we were talking about, last night on Hub's podcast. And we had a guy who I actually would really, really nice guy, would love to reach out to him and see, if he'd be willing to jump on. Former Giants defensive player Mike Green was on the roster, was in training camp, and unfortunately suffered a horrendous, I believe it was a spine injury, and had to get surgery to get it repaired. and he shared something really awesome that I believe that he said the Giants saved his mom. They still paid him. I think his mom had gotten sick or something, and he was able to afford to pay for his mom. And but he was around that time. He's got a real authentic Super Bowl ring. And he's about my age. I think he's about he's like 30, 36. I'm not 36, but he's 36. And he said like coaching is everything. And you coach. You're a coach. Like coaching is everything.
It's everything, man.
It really is. And I think that's the biggest thing, because the reason why it came up is we were talking about DJ. We were talking about the team. And when you look at what we had these last couple of years in comparison, especially when it came to DJ, there's no question he looked the best under Pat Shurmur. And unfortunately, they let Pat go. And, Pat went on to go with Denver, and Danny never recovered after that at that point. And there was talks about him being restricted and what they wanted him to do, which I can see that. And I said, and I agree with Mike. I'm they had Jake Fromm take 2 QB sneaks. If they don't want DJ to roll out and they want to try to control that, they're going to do that. So I do feel that what I liked was having Dave's come out and said, I want him to fucking sling it. I don't care what happens. I want him to take risks, to take chances. We never heard Jason Garrett talk like that. We never heard Joe Judge talk like that. And you know what? And and the one thing that I think about with that really resonates with me is, I don't know if anybody watches America's Game, but the year that Tom Brady took over for Bledsoe when he got hurt and they were in the Super Bowl, Bill Belichick went to Tom, and they wanted to just kind of run the ball, run the clock out, and just kind of coast. And Drew goes up to Tom, and Tom says, went up to him and said, fuck that. Go out there and fucking sling it. And he went out there and they drove down the field, and I think that instilled a lot of confidence in Tom, because I think he really looked up to Drew, as far as being a mentor, being a leader on the team. And so I like that Dave's came out and said, no, I want him to go. I want him to sling it. Make mistakes. Learn from your mistakes, but learn from them. Don't be afraid to take risks. And I think that's what we're going to see. And even Wink said, we're fucking going to blitz you. He's like, don't get it twisted. There'll times where we'll run 4-man rush and have everybody in coverage. There'll be times for that. He's like, well, we're coming for your ass.
Well, we're coming for you.
We're coming for you.
We're coming to get you. Fuck you.
And I
like it.
Okay, Wink.
I like that. Yeah.
So it's just that the coaching is everything.
Yes.
And I think that if DJ has a strong, successful year, I think it'll obviously be due to his abilities, but I think it would be more on the coaching that he received from Dave's, from Kafka, from those guys. And if our defense steps up big and we see, I tell you what, from a defensive standpoint, I'm excited to see what Xavier McKinney is going to do in this defense. I'm excited to see what they do with Big Leonard, with Leo, and then with oh my God, the guy we drafted last year, is it Ojulari? Aziz Ojulari. I'm excited. I had a brain fart for a second. I'm excited to see what he's able to do. Now we got KT on the opposite side. Not to mention, you drafted guys like Micah McFadden. You've got those guys that you got Beeves. You got Blake coming back. Tate Crowder, who everybody was shitting on, but don't get it. The dude played good. Near
he was fine. He was fine.
The first couple of weeks, he's struggled a little bit. He's got the.
He was productive. He was
productive, but you could tell it was obviously it ain't going to be Blake Martinez. He just going to jump in there and do the same job. Now you got Blake. Now you got Tate Crowder. I'm so excited to see what they're able to do, and I'm not high expectations. But I can see the Giants winning anywhere from 9 to 11 games.
Holy shit! I'm not.
And the reason why I say that is because I think the division is one. I think because we have a light schedule. We have a really, really light schedule. I don't think we're going to beat the Packers, even though that's overseas. But we are undefeated overseas. I do want to say that. When we go to London, we win. We go to London, we win, baby. We go to London, we win.
That winning streak getting ready to get snapped, though. But
it is. But listen, we hold.
But we still undefeated right now.
We undefeated.
I just want to answer this question, Rob. You don't have to answer this question, but I want to answer this question. Giants Nation asks, thoughts on the rumor trade for Jimmy G to the Giants. Here are my thoughts. No. Here's my thoughts. Shut the fuck up. Those are my thoughts. Okay?
Oh man.
Those are my thoughts. All right, we got about 10 minutes left in the show. Lightning round. One player. You got one player because the New York Football Giants have recognized how shitty of an organization they have been, and they want to make it up to all of their football fans. So you get one player from Giants history. They're going to send you a brand spanking new classic uniform.
Ooh.
That player. You get one free one from the New York Football Giants. Who you getting? You get one free one.
LT.
You're getting this one.
LT, baby.
Without question.
Without hesitation.
Okay.
LT.
All right.
What about you?
I listen. I'm getting that Strahan, baby. That Strahan.
Ooh.
That Strahan is on his way. He'll be here next week.
Hey, who knows? 10 years from now, you might have to add KT to that list.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
Listen. So I got my LT, and now I got a Strahan on the way. All right. So that's the reason why I asked that question, because I had to buy one. Like, there was no way. I you know what, y'all? I really don't have as much money as y'all think I do. I just want to say that right now. I really don't have as much money.
Man's got season tickets, buying jerseys. He's got training camp tickets.
Listen, y'all. I'm fucking.
You live in paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, I am. I'm definitely living paycheck to paycheck. Okay, y'all need to understand this. All right, I am definitely living paycheck to paycheck. I am not rich. I'm not rich.
Lightning question for you. We'll go back and forth here for the next 10 minutes.
Okay.
Lightning question for you. If the Giants do have success this year, who do you think will be the standout player this season?
If we have success, who's going to be our standout player?
Or you know what? Forget about success. Who do you think, if you got to pick one player, offense or defense? You know what? Screw it. One offense and one defense. I'll give you one of each side of the football. Give me a standout player you think from offense and defense for the Giants this year, regardless of record and where we finish and where we go. Standout players.
Okay, on defense, Xavier McKinney. He's going to be a standout player. He's going to smash it.
Okay, I like it.
On offense, I think our standout player is actually going to be. I think it's going to be Wandell? Is it Wandell?
Wandell Robinson.
Wandell Robinson. I think.
Okay.
I think Wandell Robinson is gonna surprise a lot of fucking people. Because he can line up everywhere. What about you? What are your two standouts?
From my standouts, I'm gonna go with Aziz on defense. I'm gonna go with Aziz on defense. I love McKinney. McKinney's probably on defense. He's probably my number one favorite player. But I'm going to go with Aziz. I just got a feeling that he's going to pop off this year and pop off in a big way. I mean, he had 10 sacks last year with really nobody really around him other than, Leo. Now he's got KT on the other side, Leo. I think, bro, he could get 15 or 18 sacks if he stays healthy, Lord willing. On offense, I think I'm going to go the tight end Bollinger. I think I'm going to go with the tight end.
Ooh.
Tight end. I think.
Ooh. I like that one.
I know we got Ricky Seals-Jones.
I like that one.
And we got Atkins from Houston. But I could see Bollinger coming into training camp, I could see him getting that second spot, that second role, and then going into those 2 tight end sets, finding his way onto the field and taking that number 1 spot from Ricky Seals-Jones. Because Ricky, he's not really. I don't think he's a starting guy. I think he was a second stringer guy. He was a second string in Washington. I think he had to take over because when Logan Thomas got hurt last year.
He was like fringe. He was like fringe starter.
Yeah.
Fringe.
So I think Bollinger coming in, I think that right there could be the sleeper on offense. I don't want to take nothing away from Saquon or Wandale or Tony or any of those guys.
I like
Bollinger, man. I like it.
Bollinger, apparently, I ain't seen him play yet, and I've only been able to look at a little bit of tape, and they didn't even use him right, in college. But apparently, this young man can block very well, and this young man can catch very well. He's not that fast.
Did you see his hands?
Yes, he's not that fast.
Huge.
He's not that fast, but he's got some wills.
Well, and look at the tight ends that we had in the past that really weren't fast, but they were good blockers.
Yes.
Kevin Boss.
Yes.
Jake Ballard.
Yes.
They weren't obviously nobody will compare to Shockey. Shockey is probably next to was it David Barrow or whatnot, but that we had back in the day. As far and you can even say from a skill set perspective, Evan Ingram, like we like those 3 guys, we never really had success really with those types of guys. They put up good numbers, but overall, like I think even the year that we won the Super Bowl, I think when Kevin Boss came in, I think it was a little bit better after Kevin Boss came in because he was a better blocker on the edge.
Yeah, he was just being productive.
He was being productive. Same thing with Jake Ballard. Jake Ballard was a big acquisition and played really not a big acquisition, but he played really, really well. Game-winning touchdown, almost like another helmet catch. In that season, in the 2011 season, when they went to New England, scored game-winning touchdown. Essentially, the game-winning touchdown had 2 big catches in that drive, and I think he had a ball that he caught over. It was like a jump ball that he had in the Super Bowl that he caught too. So I like the big, not like really fast, but decent speed guys that can block and got the big, strong hands. I think he's going to be good.
Okay.
I think we got time for like 1 or 2 more, right?
I was going to say, I think we got time. I think we got time for one more lightning round question here. So I've got a lightning round question for you, and I think this is going to be a good experiment. It's going to probably take us about 2 to 3 minutes, maybe even 5. Okay. Every single year, and I'm gonna let you use your cheat sheet. Open up the schedule back up if you closed it. You're going to need it. Every year, there is one game that makes or breaks the season. Every year. Find me that game. Go. Find me that game. There's always one game every season that we point to and say, that was the fucking game. That was the game. If we would have won that game would have put us in the driver's seat right there. That fucking game. Always won. Recently, it's that goddamn Philadelphia Eagles game when Evan Ingram dropped the fucking ball, or it's the fucking the football team game where Slayton couldn't catch the fucking ball.
I'm a little torn here. I've got 3.
3? You think there's 3 games that could potentially be the game?
Potentially be that game.
Okay.
That could potentially be that game.
Okay.
The first one I have is Week 7 against Jacksonville.
Oh, okay.
Only reason why I say that, Doug Peterson, familiar with us. You know what I'm saying? He I mean, obviously different coaching staff and whatnot, but he's from Andy Reid. So as far as when it comes to Kafka, he's probably going to know, what Kafka likes, and what they're going to try to, what they're going to try to do. Okay. The next game I have is Detroit. I think Dan Campbell is doing a phenomenal job as the head coach there in Detroit. And I think they're
Dan Campbell, yeah.
I think they're really. I think it's really going to depend on obviously on Goff and what he's able to do. But that could be potentially one of those games. And then the last one that I've got is going to be the Indianapolis Colts game. Because I think that game
late in the season.
I know. That's week 17.
That's late.
But I think that's going to be a bigger game because I tell you what, I think me personally this year, I think that Jonathan Taylor is probably a little bit more intimidating right now than Derrick Henry. I think Derrick Henry is going to be a little soft after the ankle injury, that had him, the broken ankle that had him out, for pretty much all of last year. And I think that now they don't really have a lot of wide receivers at all. And so they don't really have anybody that can really stretch that field. So I think that JT could very easily take that number one running back spot this year. And I think he will be tougher to stop. I would think that JT will be tougher to stop than Derrick Henry. And I think that could be the game. And I'm leaning more towards that game because it's late in the year. Could be playoff implications with the game. Who knows if they're playing well, seeding, you know what I'm saying? I think that could be the game. And again, I'm saying if they make the playoffs or if they could, I think that could have huge implications to next season, and that I think would be a huge game. And it's in New York. It's a home game in New York. They're coming home. It's going to be cold. You know what I mean? I love to. I think the last time Matt Ryan went to New York, you know what I'm saying? I don't. Well, no, was it New York? Okay, he beat us last year. Last year they beat us. You know what I'm saying? I almost forgot, but I'm just saying, like last time when it was late in the year, that time, that cold, and Giants got him in the playoffs.
Okay,
I mean?
All right.
They're gonna be up for payback.
Okay, I mean, all right. I've heard your reasoning behind your answers. I don't personally. I don't agree. I don't think that's the game. Because I think I found the game.
What is it?
I think I found the game. I think the game that is the game is week 12 against the Cowboys.
I was gonna say. I thought you were gonna go week 10. You were gonna go week 10.
Week 12 against the Cowboys in Dallas or Arlington. That game is the game. Here's the reason why that game is the game. Okay. At this point, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more games at this point in the season after this Cowboys game. Okay, we've got 6 more games. If we could go into Dallas and beat the Cowboys in their stadium, I feel like this team can go on a legitimate run over the course of the next 3 weeks because we've got the Commanders at home. Then we have the Eagles at home. And then we have the Commanders in FedEx, which might as well be at home. So the fact of the matter is that you're talking about a game that really determines what happens. It's this Cowboys game. Because if we can win this Cowboys game, you could potentially win 5 out of the 6 games that's left on your schedule, which could get your ass in the playoffs. That's why I think that's the game. That's the game that's going to determine what happens.
When you say 5 of the next 6, are you anticipating that out of those next 6 games, the only game that they lose is potentially would be against Indianapolis?
Maybe the Vikings, maybe the Eagles in Philadelphia. The Vikings and the Eagles in Philadelphia.
They go 3-3 potentially over the next.
But even if they went 3-3, even if they went 3-3, they went 4-2. They beat the Colts and they lose to the Vikings and the Eagles. They finish off the season 4-2. That might get you in the playoffs. So that's why, to me, that game is super important. You have to win that game. You win that game, and you carry that momentum over. And then you got 2 home games in a row Division rivals.
True. I mean, I look at it like this. If I'm going, and I know we got to wrap it up here. If I'm going, I say week 1 is a loss against Tennessee. I say we win week 2 against Carolina. I say we win week 3 against Dallas.
You got us beating Dallas on Monday Night Football prime time.
I do. I got us beating Dallas on Monday Night Football.
Fuck. In that game, definitely. Okay.
I got us beating Chicago. I have us losing to Green Bay. So at this point, we're what? 1, 2, 3. So we're 3-2. Okay. I'm gonna say we beat Baltimore. I think our defense is gonna win us that football game. I think Wick Martindale and that defense is gonna win us the football game. Okay. So now we're 4-2. I say Jacksonville's a win, 5-2. Seattle, that's a win in my opinion. No quarterback, nothing like that. I think that's a win. That's 6-2. Then we got the bye week. I say we're 8-2 after we beat Houston. I say we go 8-3. I think we lose to Detroit at a home game. I'm going to say we lose week 12 and we go to 8-4. I see we win week 13. We go 9-4. We beat Philly. We go 10-4. We beat Washington. We go 11-4. We lose to Minnesota, 11-5. We lose to Indianapolis. We're 11-6. And then I say we lose to Philly, and we go 12-7. Is that right? No, is that right?
No, 11-7.
11-7.
Yeah.
So I think we could go 11-7. And that's still playoff.
18. No, it's 17 games, right? 17 games.
Yeah, 17 games.
So it'll be 11-6.
11-6. Maybe I was miscounting probably. I think we go 11-6. And I think the only games that we lose is I think we split with the Eagles. We lose to Minnesota. We lose to Indianapolis. We lose to Dallas. We lose to Detroit. And we lose to Tennessee. And we lose to – no, so then it was 10-7. Sorry, 10-7 then. I say we go 10-7. I say we lose 7 games and we win 10 of them.
All right, so listen, y'all. On that note, we're gonna wrap this shit up because Rob's got in the sauce.
And 10-7? You don't think that's possible?
Rob got in the sauce, y'all. And listen, when I recognize that Rob's getting into the sauce,
you end the stream.
I gotta end the stream. This motherfucker's in the sauce, y'all. So listen,
Matt, cut.
John, kill his mic. We're going to get ready to wrap this up.
Oh, I'm sorry. You fired Matt. You hired John. My bad. I forgot.
I got John. Yeah. We're going to wrap this son bitch up. So listen, y'all. We greatly appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight. It's always a pleasure for us to come out here and give you guys our thoughts and our opinions. And listen, I hope that all y'all have a great rest of your week. Hopefully, we'll see you guys sooner rather than later, but definitely next Wednesday. So, for RZeroB, I am Pest the Analyst, and we are getting ready
for some retro-age.
Stall time so that I can get to the thing. I'm going to forget to push the end stream, but the thing's going to play. You guys know how.
Legacy games, baby.
Legacy games and jerseys, and we'll get out with you guys later. Deuces!